And I have a special message for you. Currently, I'm undergoing something to where having to get in touch with your feelings. Now, before you turn this off and before you think about what a hokey thing this is, no, I got to seriously address this because as men, we're called to be strong, courageous, all the manly things that men are supposed to do. We are supposed to do this. In saying that, we lose touch with our feelings. We become robots, machines, and we lose a lot of ourself in this process. I'm speaking from experience. I'm learning that with the struggles of life, we can, and I'll speak specifically about myself. If this doesn't apply to you, don't worry. Maybe you can listen and help a friend out. But for myself, I felt like the mule that was just carrying the burden of my family. I was the workhorse. Now, was this true? No. But men, if you can sympathize, if you can relate to feeling like all I'm good for is what I can do and not who I am, we're wrong. People do love you for who you are and not just what you do, if you let them know who you are. This keeps going back to being genuine and honest and sincere, but again, this is especially toward men. We have a hard time with this. I have a hard time with this. I try to run to work and just anything to keep my mind off of how I'm feeling, to keep my heart off of how I'm feeling. And in doing that, I'm hiding the best parts of me, the parts that are kind and gentle. Um, of course, this is YouTube, so nobody really sees what goes on behind closed doors, and everybody can speculate. And yes, people put their best face forward. But is that our real face? Are we just sucking it up and driving on? Is like I was always told in the military, suck it up, drive it on, you know? And we can get very accustomed to this. Don't let it happen to you. It happened to me. If it's already happened to you, stop. Change your mind, change your heart, ask God for help. Pray. It will hurt. Men, we don't want to admit this, but we are probably more sensitive than we'll ever let people know. Instead of our feelings getting hurt, we get angry. We don't cry out, we don't whine and freak out or anything like that. We bottle it up, we shut up, and a lot of the time, some guys, they blow up. They get crazy, they don't have, and what I would have called self control, but it wasn't necessarily self control for me to bottle my emotions. Self control would have been dealing with my emotions appropriately. It's kind of hard to admit it, but that's where I have been, and that's what I'm working through. It's been a few days since I put a video up, so that's the reason why. Having to relearn what it's like to feel, and unfortunately, part of feeling is hurting. Nobody wants to experience pain, nobody wants to experience discomfort, and I'm just like most everybody on that. And if you do enjoy that, there is another problem. Because pain is a warning saying something's wrong, not that something's right. I want to share this with you guys. Go into a quiet place. If there is no quiet place, take a long walk into the middle of nowhere. But get alone. Get alone with God. Cry out to Jesus and He will help you. Will it hurt? Quite possibly. Will it be what's best for you and me? Absolutely. I mean, I deprived my whole family of who I am, thinking that they only love me for what I do. And I lived a lie for a very long time. And in that lie, many people got hurt. My wife, my children. A lot of my family just saw a stoic person. And unfortunately, if you are going to a Christian church, that may be what they're teaching is holiness. But God gave us emotions for a reason. Not so that they rule over us, but that we rule over them and use them appropriately. Not to get too preachy here, but if anybody does read 1 Corinthians 13, I always encourage that. It's the chapter on love. But see, I wasn't loving anyone because love hopes. It doesn't give up. If you want to know the rest, you got to read it. But love does a lot of things, and it doesn't hide itself. It doesn't tuck itself away. It deals with what's going on. So I want to encourage all you men out there to love. Love life like your life depended on it. Because your family's life does. Your heart depends on it. Without love, our hearts get hard. And they don't feel. And that hurts everyone. It doesn't feel when there's pain, when there's discomfort. It doesn't feel when there's death. It doesn't feel anything. And then, in essence, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy that you are only you're only as good as what you do. And what else is a machine good for but other than what it does? Don't be a machine, men. Women, if you have a hard time with this, of course, take it to heart, bring it before the Lord. But it was impressed upon me that men have a hard time with this, and that women may as well have this same problem. But I'm speaking from a man's point of view. Men, all those that are called to be men, do all you can to love and become a real man, not just a fake one, not just one that gives paychecks, not just a provider, not just a sustainer, but a man that loves. It's good for you, and it's good for me. And in doing so, we will be the men that we were always called to be. Until I talk to you again, keep praying, keep reading your Bible. This is David having church in the garage right now, and I hope to see you soon.